Hey everybody, welcome to the first edition of the Slut and the Falcon podcast. But before we start, I want to clarify. People are asking me what the hell I mean. Obviously these people have not read Perks of Being a Wallflower or seen the movie. Mm-hmm. This is a little phrase that Patrick, the gorgeous, sit on my face as Miller. See, that's how easy, that's how we're kicking this off. It's a line that he says talking about him and his stepsister and what the main character should write, like a bunch of things. And as soon as I heard that, I'm like, we have to do a
That's so us.
That is so us.
Call it the Slut and the Falcon.
And I guess I'm the slut tonight.
Yes, you are.
And she's the Falcon.
I'm the Falcon.
You're gonna notice that we never identify who is who. Because really, who wants to be identified as the slut? I mean, I will end you, little girl. I will end you.
You know I love you.
Mm-hmm. We just wanted to, do a podcast, kind of maybe do it weekly if we can. Just have fun, just talk, kind of just about whatever is on our mind. And this week, the main topic, which will delve into, several different things, is this year's Oscars, which I would honestly say were the gayest Oscars in history. Oscars. What I loved was even, stupid shit like the We Saw Your Boobs song.
Everything Seth MacFarlane did, really, but...
Is he gay? I'm being serious. He plays Brian, and he plays a bunch of womanizing characters on Family Guy, but...
You trying to prove something, bro?
I wouldn't mind. I mean, it would be funny if we had a really offensive comedian like that. Quite gay, and not just for the fact that we had Seth MacFarlane. You had Barbara.
Barbara!
71... Like butter.
It's like butter. Baby.
Like a big stick of butter.
You're gonna get me all the clamp.
Right? She's 71 and just knocked it out of the park. And I kept saying online that night, for a woman who has severe stage fright, that's, amazing. Mm-hmm. Apparently she didn't always have stage fright. Apparently, I don't know what happened, if, there was a skewed gig or something, but she developed it, in the 90s.
Really?
Bottom line is, this was obviously very hard for her, and especially because I know that Marvin Hamlish, who is her friend that she was singing for in the In Memoriam, I know that it had to be hard for her to have to sing that song with him gone. But she knocked it out of the park. Mm-hmm. Adele, amazing.
I loved Adele. Oh my god, I love her.
Couple things I loved about her. Her hair looked like, and makeup looked like a drag queen had done her makeup. Let the sky fall. But that's kind of her thing.
Yeah, she rocks that the best. She rocks that. She really does.
I also loved that as she was getting all teary-eyed and verklempt at the mic, she literally was like, "Here's Paul!"
Don't watch me cry.
Yeah. Her performance was amazing as well. I mean, Skyfall it was hers to lose. That Oscar really was hers to lose. I loved the Bond tribute, and I loved Shirley Bassey coming out and just giving me life with Goldfinger.
That was beautiful.
She is 76. Out of the three of them, she is the oldest. She's
still rocking.
We literally only would have needed Lady Gaga, and it could have literally been the gayest Oscar ever. Wheel her out in a wheelchair. I will say, there wasn't a whole lot of surprises. The biggest surprise for me was the stupid life of fucking Pi.
The most pretentious film of the year, of course, right?
It's a movie about a boy and a fucking tiger on a goddamn boat for 2 hours.
Best friends.
No, Ted. You want a movie about a boy and an animal that's better? Ted.
Well, they didn't show up.
Is that a puppet or was that CGI?
I was thinking that the entire time.
I think it was a puppet.
The lighting made it look.
The lighting made it look like a puppet.
Looking.
At any rate, Life of Pi won I think 4 Oscars, and I just hated it. The other thing is that the people that won visual effects, apparently their studio got shut down. Did you see this?
No.
Their studio was getting shut down, and there was a protest going underway. That's part of the reason they got cut off, is they were going to start delivering protest message. Guys can read about it. It's online. It's everywhere. But I just didn't really care.
Right.
I like Ang Lee as a director. I really liked Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon. Brokeback Mountain was alright. In terms of other awards I really loved, I was surprised that Christoph Waltz won for Django Unchained.
I was so excited about that.
I was excited for that, too.
I love Christoph Waltz. He's an amazing actor. I love Tarantino.
And what I love is that he's so, down-to-earth about it. He's not, pretentious about it at all. Tarantino won for best screenplay and showed up blitzed on stage. Like, I watched him walk up. His collar's already like undone, and he's red in the face. Like, this color hair. That's how red his face was. And I'm just like, girl.
He's having a good time.
It's like somebody needed to cut you off. What was actually funny is did you notice he got played off, but he fought against the music?
Mm-hmm.
To talk about the writers, which I thought was great.
Yeah.
And then we got down to the big awards of the night. Obviously, my girl Anne Hathaway slayed.
She had to.
She had to. That role
She did such an amazing job. It was obvious.
I mean, Lindsay was with me in the theater on my second time when I was bawling my eyes out.
I got a little choked up. I got a little
You got choked up when Eponine and the kid died. And the kid is like, when Gavroche dies, spoiler alert if you haven't seen the musical in like the 20 years it's been out, when Gavroche dies, that's like the emotional crux of everything.
Right.
It's like, you kill the kid, it means business.
Mm-hmm.
My only issue, and I'm pointing at everyone watching this who may be in this circle, there's a lot of hate out on the internet for Anne Hathaway right now that I don't understand.
I don't.
She's people say that maybe she's intelligent and she kind of tends to flaunt it sometimes, and I get that. That part of it I get, but it's still you being jealous of someone's accomplishments. And the thing is, Anne's very smart. She's a very talented actress who has really risen. If you look at like Princess Diaries, Rachel Getting Married, and Les Mis, there is a constant evolution between those three movies, and it just keeps getting better and better.
She's also very graced and very humble. I don't understand. She's never arrogant.
No.
Not from what I can see.
No.
She was extremely graceful.
And what upsets me is her Oscar speech, which was a little bit of a... Not a train wreck, I'd say maybe like a fender bender.
Right.
She had to practice it because she was afraid people were going to be mean to her about it. Seriously? Fuck them.
Right.
In terms of other awards, Best Actor, Daniel Day-Lewis, I don't care. He looked good as Lincoln. I've read things that say Lincoln's voice was high and Daniel Day-Lewis's was kind of high when I was seeing the clips of Lincoln.
Right.
It looked, and I still want to see it. I haven't had a chance to see Lincoln yet, but it looks good.
Yeah.
Jennifer Lawrence continues to be my second favorite actress in Hollywood, behind Anne Hathaway and Natalie Portman Tetra first. She's so literally Tumblr called it Tumblr wins an Oscar when she won the Oscar, because not only was she shocked, obviously, because I didn't think she was going to win. I'll be honest with you.
I didn't either.
I can't remember who I thought was going to win. Jessica Chastain for Zero Dark 30. That's who I thought. She trips up the stairs coming up, for one, which is like classic Jennifer. I love her to death.
She's a klutz.
She's a little awkward. That's what I love.
She can be a bit spazzy. But that's what I love about her.
This is the same woman that talked about her uneven boobs on Jimmy Kimmel.
Yeah.
If you guys have also not seen, after the Oscars, she was doing an interview with ABC and got to meet Jack Nicholson.
Oh, creeper Jack Nicholson.
He was not a creeper. I would argue Claire. I ship this. I'm in full support of this May December romance.
So gross.
I ship Jack and Jennifer. I mean, come on. How would you not want to be with that? I mean, he's
Jack Nicholson.
Granted, it's probably like
Let me list the ways.
It's probably like sliding a hot dog down a hall at this point. But I really liked. But I liked Jennifer. I just like Jennifer because she's so down to, like Anne, down to earth.
Mm-hmm.
She's never really she's kind of still normal. Like, Hollywood hasn't got to her yet.
Right.
Like, the day after the Oscars, she was back in Hawaii doing reshoots for Catching Fire.
What I like about her is she's unapologetically herself.
Kind of like another person who was at the Oscars, who I know that we wanted to talk about, which was Kristen Stewart. Getting hate for the wrong reason. And yes. I will say, before I start this, because it's March 2nd, and fucking Breaking Dawn is out right now.
Oh, no.
Let's not even start. I had to deal with those stupid bitches today. Kristen was obviously very awkward. She is very awkward. And the thing is, it's because she doesn't want to be there. And I get that. She doesn't like the media. She doesn't like being in the spotlight. I get that. But the hate that I'm seeing is because it's like, why was she such a bitch? Why did she look so, gruff? She stepped on a fucking bottle, you morons.
Right! Did you not see the bruises on her arms, too?
She's
obviously not...
I thought Rob would beat her up, but that's just a whole other thing. Violence is never funny. No. Unless it's Robert Pattinson.
Stop.
Because I felt bad for Daniel Radcliffe though, because like
he was like so
she was she was gritting her teeth, and then he looks over to her and he's like, "I'm just gonna keep talking then."
Right. You do not know how many of my Harry Potter friends texted me like, "What is this?" They put him with Kristen Stewart.
It's just someone at the Oscars obviously has a sick sense of humor.
Yeah.
I also loved him with Joseph Gordon-Levitt at the beginning with that.
That was beautiful. Oh my god.
I was just like spontaneously orgasming without even trying. I was just like, I'm like,
this is happening right now.
Yeah. All in all, I liked this year's Oscars. I disagree that Brave won for Best Animated Picture. You obviously have some feelings on that, I can tell.
Well, my pick would have been nobody's pick. I really liked Paranorman.
See, you like that. I have a coworker who saw Wreck-It Ralph that I've seen about 30 minutes of.
I have not seen that yet. I really want to.
Comes out on Tuesday.
Oh, cool.
But I've seen some of Wreck-It Ralph, and I will say it is the strongest animated film that I've seen in a while. Probably since I'd say probably since Toy Story 3. But this year was full of some surprises and some not so surprises. Argo winning I loved because the movie was really well done. I do think Les Mis could have had Argo not got the steam it got, and Les Mis would have taken it probably, maybe.
Right.
If Lincoln hadn't taken it. Well, what I find interesting is that Argo kind of was in everybody's in the back of everyone's mind, but I was reading an article that said originally they thought it was going to be Lincoln for Best Picture. Then Life of Pi.
My pick. Right.
Then they really thought it was going to be Zero Dark 30, and then the torture controversy came up, and that kind of got shifted to the back burner. Then Django and Les Mis had really good opening weekends, and they thought maybe Django's never going to win Best Picture.
I never thought that either.
No. But maybe Les Mis. I mean, Les Mis did win the Golden Globe for it, but that means nothing. But it does. It's just not really for press. But I enjoyed my Oscars this year, gay as it was. Some of the jokes that Seth did were good. Some not so much.
No.
I loved the Lincoln one, even if everyone in the audience did not.
Oh, come on! Like you said,
dead.
It's too soon. Seriously.
I liked his. I've got some Napoleon jokes later.
Yeah.
My favorite joke of the night is a toss-up between when Meryl Streep came out and he said, "Here's a woman who needs no introduction," and he walked off. And then also when he introduced Christopher Plummer, and then there was the nice little Sound of Music joke where it's like,
that was great.
The Von Trapp family singers. Nazi guy walks out, they're gone! That's the kind of humor that Seth is good at. That's that Family Guy kind of humor that I love. So, alright guys, this is the end of our first podcast. I'm hoping you stayed with us for the full 13 minutes or so. What I want you to do is up here, I need you to subscribe right above Lindsay's face. Is to subscribe right up here. And then if you liked this video, I want you to like it down here. Tell us what you thought in the comments, because we're going to try and do this a lot. We're going to try and find something to talk about every week. It's probably going to be nerdy. It's probably going to be sexy. We could just be talking about boys. I can talk about boys forever.
Oh, so could I.
So, we will see you guys next week. This is the Slut and Falcon signing off. Peace, guys. I ended up... My hair is just not behaving. Okay, that's going in the blooper reel. Okay.